In this lecture, we are going to learn about the important HTTP methods for penetration testing. So when a client sends a request to the server, it should also inform the server what action is to be performed on the desired resources. For example, like if a user wants to only view the content of a web page, it will invoke the get method that informs the server that to send the content of the web page to the client web browser. So several methods are described in this particular section or in this particular lecture. They are interest to the penetration tester as they indicate what type of data exchange is happening between the two ends. So the first one in our list is get, and then we will be having post method. So we are having two types of method. So the get method, as you can see here in this particular screenshot, this is the get method. So the get method passes the parameter of the web application via the URL itself. It takes all the input in the form and append them in the URL. So this method has some limitations. So you can only pass 255 characters in the URL via get, and if it is exceeding the count, most servers will simply truncate the character outside the limit without a warning or will return the HTTP 414 error. Okay, so another major drawback of using the get method is that the input becomes a part of the URL and which is prone to sniffing actually. So if you type the username and the password and these values are passed to the server via get method, so anybody on the web server can retrieve the username and the password from the Apache or IIS log files. So if you bookmark the URL, so the values passed also get stored along with the URL in the clear text. So as you can see in this particular screenshot, when you send a search query for Kali Linux in the Bing search, which as you can see here we are searching for it. Okay, let me first change the color so that I can. Okay, so as you can see that this is the get method. Okay, so this is the simply get method, and when you send a search query for Kali Linux, as you can see here in the simply Bing search engine, it is sent via the URL, and the get method was initially used only to retrieve data from the server. And so actually as you can see here get method, so but many developers use it send data to the server. So now let's see what is post method. So this, as you can see here, this is post method screenshot. So the post method is similar to get method and is used to retrieve data from the server, but it passes the content via the body of the request. Since the data is now passed in the body of the request, it becomes more difficult for an attacker or hacker or cracker actually to detect and attack the underlying operation. So as you can see in this particular following post request, which is here in this particular following post request, the username and the password is not sent in a URL but in the body. Okay, so which is separated from the header by the black line, as you can see here. Okay, which is totally separated from the header.